Today is day 72. My knee is not in great shape. I've got a 10-miler planned, and you can hear and see what is behind me, or off to my right. That's the Potomac River. I'm not on the trail. Actually, I'm just on call it a walking trail or a local trail. Parked my car about 0.2 of a mile from a footbridge, which I'll be crossing pretty soon. And I'm going to go 10 miles south to pick up where I left off yesterday, where I started yesterday, which is Keys Gap. So once I get across this footbridge, I'm in the town of Harpers Ferry. Harpers Ferry changed hands, what, 5 or 6 times, maybe 3 or 4 times, but at least 3 or 4 times. I think it was closer to 5 or 6 during the Civil War. Site of John Brown's unsuccessful raid. John Brown, the abolitionist. There is a John Brown museum. If I have time, I'll get there tomorrow. Looks like I'm gonna have time if this injury doesn't shape up quickly. So again, day 72. I am in Maryland now for the first time. Once I cross the Potomac, I'll be going back into West Virginia. I'm through with Virginia. The trail is anticipated to be pretty easy today. There's the footbridge. Harpers Ferry is the confluence of 2 or 3 major rivers that all flow into the Potomac, which heads down into Washington, D.C. So that's Maryland Heights. It was in that position that it was a coveted position by both the Confederate and the Union armies. That house, I can't tell you anything about the significance of it, but Maryland Heights was a great strategic point. Had to have it in order to really have the Potomac. That's why it changed hands so often during the Civil War. So that's a rail line. That's the old Chesapeake in Ohio. It might still be called it's probably owned by CSX, but we're going to be going over this footbridge here. So we've got a bunch of tourists, and we've got a few kayakers in the river there. It's cool today, upper 50s. Okay, had to take a picture of this. Hopefully I'm included. So we've got a little outline here. Got some data. Data says Maine 1165, Georgia 1013. So I'm not quite halfway through. Again, I haven't done the Smokies, so a little more than that. And sure enough, headed away from the water, first blaze in Harpers Ferry, dead ahead. And just to the left, I recognize this from the history books, is the Federal Armory. This is the Federal Armory. John Brown Fort. that is not at the original site, I know that, because it was moved a number of times. It was even in the Chicago World's Fair in the 1890s. I think it was 1893. Not exactly sure. So, I just came out of the Harpers Ferry Historic Town. Going to cross the Shenandoah River, which is right up here. I must have taken a shortcut through town because I turn around and I see that the northbound trail shoots up from here. Southbound clearly goes over the Shenandoah River. Not well marked at all. I don't like to sound like Donald Trump, but not marked well at all. So I'm about to head southbound over the Shenandoah into West Virginia. So this is the Shenandoah flowing to the east. And who's crossing the bridge but my LSU Cajun friends, the doctors, the medical students. They made it. I ran into them 2 days ago. At the roller coaster. Now here they are at their goal, Harpers Ferry. You made it! All right! Okay, just give me your name as you pass. You gotta give me your name as you pass.
What?
Give me your name and your hometown when you pass.
My name is Booty Juice. I'm
Booty
from
Juice.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
From New Orleans?
Daggins from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Booger Nuts, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Cheese, Thibodeau, Louisiana.
Yo.
Jason Graffinino, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay. We'll see you, Cajuns. Yo. Congrats. Okay, just made it across. That was Highway 340 or Route 340. Surprisingly, I got a message on the GoPro that said there was not enough SD card space available. I'm shocked at that. Something's wrong. So anyway, all I did was turn it off. Then I turned it back on using the on-off button, which is the way I use it all the time. But the GoPro gave me that message when I happened to turn it on directly from clicking the film button or clicking the on. So anyway, looks like maybe that problem is resolved. I'll just have to ensure, as I always do, just go back to my normal procedure of turning it on and off each time. There should be no reason why I'm out of SD space. Well, that was nearly a straight up climb from the Shenandoah up here. I should have known it. Didn't even check my topo map. I just say to myself these days, let's just go out and hike it. In any case, that almost 2.5 miles up, two plus miles up, was about some of the toughest. Not a single really downhill, just to give your legs a little relief. You can see I've got Keys Gap, 4 miles to go. Good for me. Being just a shorty day, just under 10 miles, that's what I need. So today on the southbound, headed onto the West Virginia state line. Again, I'm in Maryland, and then I'm going to be straddling the line. So I guess on the left side of the trail, let's see, that would be, that's a tough one. Left side of the trail is going to have to be Virginia. Right side's going to have to be West Virginia. Oh, so once I finish today's hike, then I will definitely, absolutely be through with both West Virginia and Virginia. So I was right there, right at that point. I was in, now, was I in 3 states there? I don't know. But I only know that today, when I finish up today's hike and advance a car across the Shenandoah into Maryland, that I'm definitely, absolutely through with Virginia and West Virginia. Don't get to see this too often. This is a recent downed tree, although the tree had been dead for quite some time. Just took him a while before he lost his stability and chose to leap across the trail. You can see he's been hollow now for a long time. Dead. Who knows how long. Very hollow though. Okay, I am too much of a Civil War buff not to take this picture. This is a low stone rock wall. Goes for 200 or 300 yards. And if you're on the other side of it, it's lower. And what it's doing is it's protecting this ridge here, believe it or not. So the objective here is to allow the enemy to really come over that ridge, and then within 50 to 60 yards the enemy is going to receive fire from down low from riflemen right behind the wall there. Okay, it's my understanding I'm still hiking the West Virginia line. So this is the last opportunity to get a shot of what is Virginia out there to my east. Beautiful. What a lovely day. Okay, I spent so much time in Virginia, I would be remiss if I failed to shoot this, my last day of Virginia. I think total I spent actually 38 days, actually 37 days, plus a couple of half days in Virginia. Never knew this. Queen Elizabeth was the Virgin Queen of England. And of course, one of the original 13, 8 presidents, of course. All those smart guys came from here back when presidents were very smart.